So here I am at the Rochester panel, and the main panel anyways. I just wanted to spend a little bit of time just briefly going through the panel itself, just kind of pick and choose some of these glyphs that are really interesting to me. So the first one right off the bat that I want to point out is this guy right here. I think this is a Ute, maybe. It shows, I think it's a bear skin. This guy right here has got it all stretched out, and he's processing the hide right there, which is it shows like an actual act. And then we have this guy right here. I'm not sure what he is. Bear, possibly. Long snout. And then you have all kinds of varieties of sheep. I'm going to take the wide angle so you can see a little bit better. You have all these crazy squiggly marks, these circles, these concentric circles, and birds. I think that's a bird. You see these guys up towards Vernal a lot. Actually, you see them all over Utah, even down into southern Utah, but especially in towards Vernal. Look, some places looks like they're necklaces, but so. And then on this guy, you can tell that there was an attempt to carve it out of the stone, this sheep or animal, until they tried to take it out. It's been like that for a long time. That's been recorded and photographed and all that jazz. But then you have this just rainbow feature. There's a lot of speculation about what those mean. I'm not going to even try to speculate. I mean, it could reflect something that they've seen in nature, something to signify, a rainbow, maybe an arch, like a stone arch, or maybe something more symbolic, like something protecting or something overhead. It's so hard to say. But then you have, I'm guessing this is a birthing scene. This actual divot in the rock is incorporated into the glyph. Very interesting. You have some stuff going on below it. I'm not going to even try to guess what all that means. But if you look closely, actually, you can see older glyphs underneath some of these newer glyphs. So this guy, for example, right here, see this lighter? This is newer, absolutely newer, but you look behind it and you see this figure behind him. That's definitely older. This was done more recently. Than this stuff right here. Same thing with this guy right here, with this figure behind it, and same thing down here. That almost looks like another hide being processed. Let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, and then this one. This is definitely some kind of bird. Maybe an owl. Some kind of owl, but it has antennae like an ant person. Definitely a bird or some sort of two-legged creature. And then this guy, so when I see this guy, I see him carrying gourds, like water gourds. And you see how this line is connected to him. I see that as this glyph is traveling, or there's a journey some sort. I don't know, I'm probably way off. I wasn't there, I can't say for sure, but it's all very interesting to me. And so then we have a bunch of these weird anthropomorphs, these just crazy, or sorry, they're not anthropomorphs, just animal glyphs. This is a two-headed sheep, I want to say, or goat, or I don't know. And then there's just so much going on here. And the serpents, there's a bunch of serpents on this panel. There's one of them, and then looks like started off as a deer maybe, and then elk with the antlers, and then maybe a baby or a smaller elk. And then you have these guys, three-fingered guys with a headdress, looks like. But then you have this long line, goes from the top of the rock all the way down. And one thing I've noticed when I've been here early in the morning is that the shadow, the sun will rise, of course, over here. I'm gonna go back to wide angle. Sun will rise over here, and it'll cast a shadow. This rock right here will cast a shadow on this glyph. And call me crazy, but I think this shadow interacts with this line, and it may actually interact with this arc too, or arch, whichever one you want to call it. But I want to set up a time lapse, and I want to capture that, like several mornings during the equinox, or you know, just significant celestial events where the shadow would be casting a particular shadow. So I don't know, that's a theory of mine. I'm probably way off, but anyways, we just have a bunch of these crazy, I'm gonna go back to zoom that in, have a bunch of these crazy figures. The guy with an atlatl right there, and then I got nothing. I don't even know. Same with him. Bear, maybe. But I mean, what is this guy? What is he? He's looks nothing like anything that you'd see around here. Lizard? I mean, that's the closest thing that I could picture. Just a bunch of weird creatures over here. Another, I think this is an owl, maybe? I don't know. And then, yeah, I don't know. Just all kinds of crazy critters. They're not critters, just glyphs, figures. I don't know. So much going on here. It's hard to take in.